Now let's create another component. This time as the rating component. What does this component provide? Provide to the user the capability for rating. So in this example, we are using a star rating. So in this case, we have 5 stars and the user rated as 1 star because we have only 1 star that's in yellow color while the others are grayed out. And the number of yellow stars basically reflect the number of rating from 5. So let's get started. I'm using Figma here. So now let's go to our VS Code. So let's start by installing an Npm package called React Icons. This is an Npm package that provides the popular icons which we can import in our React project as ES6 modules. So after we install this package, we go to our components folder and create a new folder called rating that has 3 files: rating.css, rating.jsx, and rating.stories.jsx. And after we create these 3 files, we go to the React.jsx. We import the useState because we will use the state and FA star and the prop types as well. Next, we'll create a component called the star component, which returns the FA star icon, which has also a class name star that we created in the rating.css. The other component, which will be our main component called the rating, that has a prop of number, which return based on that number a map of the star component. And we can see we are using the key here so that we provide for performance reason. Basically, that's always when we return an array of components, it's better to apply that. Next, let's add a new prop called selected to the star component. It's a Boolean value which we will use to enable the gray color or the yellow color of the star. So when it's selected is true, we return the yellow color. When it's false, we return the gray color. Next, we'll have a callback called onSelect, which is a function that we can use on the onClick event of the star. So on the onClick, we can pass that onSelect prop to it. Now let's add a state to our rating component. This state will capture the number of stars that are selected at the moment. So selected will be the number of stars. Set selected would be the setter for that state, and the initial value will be -1, meaning no stars has been selected at the point when the component renders it. Then we will add the onSelect prop to the star component, and we will pass an arrow function that will just set selected to be the current index +1. So each time we are on the current star, we'll just increase it +1 of the index of that star. Next, we will set the selected prop of the star to be if the index of that star is less than the selected state value, then it will be true. Otherwise, it will be false. This way, it will cause the background to be yellow or not. Now, the prop types, we will add it to rating number to be of type number, and this is basically will be used also by the storybook as well for rendering the control. Now if we move to the react.stories.jsx, we will import the component, then we'll export our default, which has the title of the rating and component rating. We'll add the template as our rating component, and we'll create our first story called 5 stars, and we'll just pass the args as number of 5. This is basically our only story here. So we'll go to the rating.css and we will have our .star class. We just set the cursor to be a pointer so that it will change the pointer when we hover over the stars. Now if we run our storybook, give it a second. Now if we go to our storybook, we will see the rating component has been added and everything is grayed out within the 5 stars. If we click on the first star, second star, so each time we click, the background change to be yellow. We can see every time we click changing this. Now if we go to the control and change it number 4 here, we see now we have only 4 stars available. If we change it again to be 5, we see the story now re-render with 5 stars. So in this lesson we learned how to utilize the state to create the rating component.